Hey everyone, welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today I have the 75432 V19 Torrent Starfighter. This released August 1st of 2025 and retails for $65. This has 567 pieces and has 3 minifigures. On the back of the box, it shows the vehicle landed with the minifigures in action and a look at the wing function. This is the second V19 Torrent that LEGO has released, with the first one being all the way back in 2008, so it's been a while since we've gotten the Starfighter. It is awesome that the Starfighter is making a return to LEGO Star Wars, but it's not so awesome that it is making its return in probably the most overpriced LEGO Star Wars wave to date. My final thoughts will be at the end, but without further ado, let's get into the review. Starting with the first minifigure, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi in his Clone Wars outfit, where it was a mix of clone armor and Jedi robes. This is a phenomenal minifigure and is definitely an upgrade from previous Clone Wars versions. The torso and leg printing looks really good. My favorite part about this minifigure is definitely the arm printing on each side. It looks really good and definitely elevates this minifigure. The back printing looks good as well, showing the rest of the upper clone armor and some of the wrinkles in his outfit as well. This Obi-Wan has the shorter orange hairpiece, and he has two faces as well, with the first one just being like a default straight face, and the second one being a more angry look when he's in battle. And of course, Obi-Wan comes with his blue lightsaber. The next minifigure is a Phase 1 clone pilot, which we haven't gotten since 2015. And there definitely have been some sets throughout the years that have been missing this one, specifically like the UCS gunship. This clone pilot definitely looks very good, and in my opinion might be the best one because of the new helmet mold, and it looks pretty accurate. The printing on the helmet looks really good with the Two Republic logos and the yellow color in the middle. Here's a full look at the new helmet mold all around, and I think it looks pretty accurate. And more accurate than previous versions because the other ones had the fin. The torso printing looks great, showing the gear that the clone pilots wear on their chest. And the back printing is good, showing the rest of the clone armor. Overall, I think this is the best Phase 1 clone pilot that LEGO has released now because the helmet mold looks really good and a lot more accurate than previous versions. And now that we finally have another clone pilot, LEGO should continue including them in future clone vehicles, like if they were to release another gunship. The final minifigure is Asajj Ventress. I like the torso and leg printing, looks really good with the wrappings of her outfit, and I like the purple as well. The arms for this minifigure are white, but I think they should have been gray because the outfit she wears also has those wraps like her torso, pretty much almost covering her whole arms. So I think it looks a little just odd showing that she's sleeveless the whole arm. The face print looks really good, showing the, markings or veins on her face. And then she also has no pupils in the eyes. This is kind of a trend that LEGO's been doing recently, that they've done with Darth Maul and Emperor Palpatine. I think it just does not look the greatest, and I think pupils just looks more natural and better. And then on the back of the head is just more detailed, and then you can see the back printing looks good as well, continuing the rest of her outfit. And then Ventress comes with the dual lightsabers with the same hilt that's been used for Ventress for a while. Overall, this is a good Ventress minifigure. Now moving on to the V19 Torrent, this is a smaller build compared to the last one. This build is closer to minifigure scale than the last one. The last V19 Torrent was pretty big compared to that scale. This one is closer, still not quite there yet though. The building process was overall good. Starting off here at the front, there is a sticker on each side on kind of these long engine cylinders on each side. And then moving on to the midsection / cockpit area, I really like the smoothness here using these slope pieces. And then moving on to the cockpit is using a yellow cockpit piece, which is accurate, and I like the choice of that rather than just a normal clear cockpit piece that we've been getting. The clone trooper fits in there, and there is a sticker for a control panel, though recently, with these cockpits, the minifigures do have to kind of lay back a little bit for the cockpit to fully close. The overall cockpit area design I really like and looks pretty accurate to the on-screen vehicle. And then on the back are the two engine thrusters, which are very long, which is accurate as well. And overall the design is pretty good. I like the use of the two barrel pieces right there. And even with these two kind of swamp green colored tiles here at the front, that is on the vehicle as well, so that's another accuracy. And then the main function with the V19 Torrent is of course the wings, so you can actually pull down the back wing on the undersection and it just connects there at the bottom, and then you simply just move each wing on each side down. It's a play feature that's executed really well. It's simply connected to these ball joints right here, so it's very stable and very easy to maneuver. Taking a look at each wing, I like the mix of tiles and plates on each side, making it a more smooth look. And then there are two stickers, with here being 4 red lines and then the Republic logo on this side. This side has the same 4 red lines, no Republic logo. I really like the design of each laser cannon on each wing. The main laser cannon is in the middle, but for play features, there is a stud shooter on each side which can fire a stud. Unlike the most recent ARC 170, where those laser cannons weren't exactly accurate in terms of the length, they were too short, these ones look really good. I think each wing should definitely have been a little bit longer. It would have made the build not look as small and maybe even closer to minifigure scale as well. And then the back wing looks really good as well. So starting up here is kind of the other engine. So when it is in flight mode, it has the blue thruster with matching the other two. Like the other wings, I like the mix of tiles and plates, making it a very smooth and detailed look. And I like how it was a little bit the same on this side as well. Something I wish that these wings had a little bit as well. And then on the front is just the rest of this kind of engine thruster part at the front. Both connections for the wings are simply claw pieces connecting to the bar pieces on the underside and over here, and they are very stable connections, so you can even just hold the ship from here and swoosh it around. It is very stable, though when it is up here, you don't want to pick it up from the wing, otherwise it'll come loose, but you'll pick it up from the midsection. On the underside, there's not really much detail. I definitely would have loved for this set to have landing gear. On the underside is more of those green colors, which looks to be accurate as well. This set does look good on display, with no detail on the outer wing. It's definitely not the best looking, but when displayed, it doesn't really take much from the look, and I do like it landed. And this build especially looks really good in flight mode. With the review section over, now it's time for my thoughts on this set. I like it. I think it's a pretty good set. I really like the design of the build and the detail and how accurate it looks compared to the previous and just compared to the on-screen vehicle. I've seen people say that it looks like a 4+ set. I don't really see that at all. Maybe in terms of the size of the set, being pretty small and smaller than the previous one. But in terms of the design and the detail, I don't really see anything 4+ about it. I like the wing functions. And this set comes with some really good minifigures. This Obi-Wan definitely is one of my favorite now. And the clone pilot looks phenomenal with the new helmet mold, with its accuracy. And the Ventress one is pretty good as well. And it's nice to get a Ventress again and a clone pilot again. It's definitely been missing for a while. So overall, in terms of what's here, I really do like it. Now talking about the big criticism of this set, which is the price, and that's the whole August 1st wave is suffering from that, this one included. I don't think it's as bad as the MTT, the 327th Battle Pack, and the Turbo Tank. Those, the price is pretty terrible for what you get in the pieces and everything. No Battle Pack should be $45. Here, this is $65, still on that high end. But if you really wanted to get a set out of this wave, I would recommend this one, or at least a set that was Clone Wars. I would recommend this one because the price doesn't feel as high with what you get as those sets do. I definitely do think that the size of the build does not help that price point either. With it being pretty small, I think the wings definitely should have been a little bit longer and maybe included one more minifig, like another Phase 1 clone trooper, or I don't know who would be included, but maybe one more minifigure wouldn't have justified the price, but would have made the set just a little bit more better. But overall, I think this is a pretty good set with just a bad price. But I like the accuracy of the new build. I love the minifigure selection, and it's nice to get a V19 Torrent again. And this kind of makes me excited to get future clone vehicles. I definitely would love another Z95 Headhunter, another regular Republic gunship, even though we've gotten many of those just throughout Lego Star Wars. But now with the new clone pilot, they can include that for those vehicles. And maybe even another Republic Y-Wing. I definitely would love that as well. But yeah, overall, I like this set, but the overpricing of these sets is definitely getting out of hand. Anyways, that was the review, so definitely lightsaber slash that like button and hit subscribe with the post notifications on so you know when I upload. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.